Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AI Minute Mondays, where I take a couple of minutes each Monday to demystify AI for everyone. This week, we are going to talk about building a competitive advantage in the age of AI. We are living through a technological renaissance, one where artificial intelligence is no longer just reshaping industries, but it's redefining the very nature of competition. In this new era, it's no longer whether to adopt AI, but how to wield it strategically. Joining me in AI Minutes today is Pronita Mehrotra, CEO of MindAntix, to explore how organizations can build lasting competitive advantage, not by chasing every shiny algorithm, but by aligning with purpose, people, and performance. Before we delve in, Pronita, can you share a little bit about yourself for our new viewers?
Thank you so much, Suchi. And it's really nice to be back on your show. So I'm the founder of MindAntix, and my focus is on innovation and more specifically on the cognitive aspects of creativity, which is the kinds of thinking patterns that lead to more original and novel ideas. And I have worked in the K-12 space where we developed a platform for students to build some of these same cognitive thinking skills. And more recently, I've been working in the organizational innovation space. I'm also currently collaborating with researchers on bringing some of the same cognitive techniques that from the creativity space to AI in order to make LLMs more creative.
Thank you for sharing, Pranita. So, recently in your published article, one of the things that caught my attention was the 10x thinking and about how companies might need to hire more people than before. Now, this is a dramatic shift from everything we've been reading about AI taking away people's jobs. So, can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, absolutely. So 10x thinking is a creativity technique that it sort of forces you to think from the first principles. So the idea is that you ask yourself, like, if AI is indeed going to lead to, like, say, 10x type performance improvements, then what else needs to change organizationally to enable that kind of productivity gain at a company level, at an organization level? So let's just take a very, very simple toy example, right? So imagine that your team ships, like, say, 10 features every quarter, right? And maybe right now you have a very balanced team. You have 5 product managers, 5 software developers, and everything is beautifully set up, right? Now, AI comes in and it's making the software developers far more productive, right? So assume that it's making software developers 10x more productive. And maybe for product managers, you don't, because their work is more sort of non-linear, it's harder to get the same kind of gains. Let's assume that you get like 2.5 times productivity gains there. So if you really want to ship your 10x goal, which was like your 100 features a quarter, you will be fine when it comes to your software developers. Your 5 superstar software productive developers would do just fine, but you'll actually need 20 product managers to keep up with the same pace. So you end up having to hire more product managers just to keep things in balance and keep your goal in mind. And that's the part I think that sounds counterintuitive. Of course, as you could argue that why not just lay off some of the developers and then just stay with that 2.5 times productivity? And that's a valid point. But like we talked in your show the last time we chatted, because of the exponential rate of innovation, as a company, you face more threats now, right? It's no longer threats from just the incumbents. You also have threats from startups, and it's not just startups from like your area. It's like startups from all over the world, right? So the only way for you to like thrive and win in this area is to out innovate all of them. And so as a company, you need to start pushing out more innovative ideas, um, just so that you can stay competitive in this kind of a crazy chaotic market. And for that, you really do need to shoot for like a 10x goal. So, and if you want to sustain that 10x goal, you will end up needing more people, not fewer, right? The people will obviously be doing different things, right? So you may not necessarily need more coders. Maybe it's more designers and experimenters and provocateurs, like people who are focused on sort of sensing the market, sensing signals, figuring out the bold ideas that people should develop. Maybe there are people who are really good at building relationships, so you need to have a very good customer relationships so you can do better customer discovery, beta trials, all of that stuff. And that's, so in some sense you have to shift your talent makeup, but not necessarily lose, not necessarily shrink your workforce. I guess the point is that as the cost of implementation goes down, your competitive advantage is shifting. It's shifting towards tasks that humans are maybe better at, right? And that's the sort of the creative and the innovative part of product design. And for that, you just need more and more people in those roles. So that's where that, I guess the counterintuitive part comes in there, right? We need more people, not less.
Thank you, Pronita, for sharing these insights. To summarize, to have the competitive advantage in the era of AI, it's about companies who can leverage AI to generate 10x better results. And to do that, companies need more people, not less. So thank you for providing such a wonderful view of the new era of AI. And that's all that we have in AI Minutes today. And thank you for joining in, Pranita.
And thank you
And
so much for having me.
thanks, everyone. Bye.